Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, families and friends of our 2018 graduating class. I'd like to thank you all for coming here to celebrate an important event in our lives. We appreciate all the work our teachers have done for us to help us to succeed and be here tonight. Personally, I believe we have a wonderful staff of teachers and administrators who care about us and have helped us become the people we are today. Whether it be their life stories, random knowledge, or the information they're actually supposed to teach us, I do believe I've learned a lot and gained inspiration from the teachers here at our school. I would also like to acknowledge the support and love our families have given us over the years. I want to give a big thank you to all of our parents, siblings, and any other family members who have driven us to and from school events, helped us with homework, and gotten us through the years by believing in us. I have known almost all of my classmates since elementary school, and I'm excited for all of us to receive our diplomas tonight. I believe one advantage of attending a small school like Fairfield is that we have all been able to get to know each other fairly well throughout the years. I'm honored to be here on stage tonight with all of my classmates representing the Fairfield graduating class of 2018.
Good evening, everybody. I do have to say this is quite a crowd for Fairfield. Or maybe that's just me. But anyways, I want to keep this relatively short because I know there's a lot for us to go through. There are cookies and punch after this, maybe brownies if we're really lucky, and I would hate to keep anyone from that, especially myself. But and some quick words of thanks. I want to thank Miss Susie and Miss Debbie for being absolutely wonderful people and for always being just extremely helpful. And they've always been nice and answered my dumb questions, and there's been a lot of them. But I'd also like to thank Mr. Irwin, Mr. Baugh, Mrs. Fox, and Mr. Tavian for helping me discover my love of science and math, and for being some of the best teachers I've ever had, if not the best. I'm pretty sure that I would have ended up in an okay place without them, but with them, I think I ended up in a better place. I'd also like to thank the librarians, Mrs. Mickley and Mrs. Wheeler, for showing me some of the best books ever and making the library one of my favorite places. And I know that many people feel the same way. So anyways, my mother's been sending me random quotes for the past week to help me with writing this, since she insists that good speeches always start with a quote. Of course, me being 17 and thinking that I know everything, I said, I don't need a quote. Well, guess what gave me the idea for this speech? One of the quotes that stuck out to me was an anonymous one. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Thanks, Mom. At first, I thought it was a little too simple, but for some reason, I kept thinking about it. Maybe it's actually the simplicity that made it stick with me. When we're young, all the grown-ups tell us we can be anything that we want to be if we put our minds to it. If you want, you could be an astronaut, or the president, or a mutant ninja turtle or something. I mean, they said anything, right? But that's great. That's wonderful, and it's a fantastic thing to hear growing up. But, okay, hear me out. When you really start to think about it, that's a pretty complicated road. You want to be an astronaut? That's awesome, but it's going to take an advanced degree in engineering or some other science field, and sometimes that kind of calculus can be a little bit scary. Not to mention that you need at least 1,000 hours pilot and command time on a jet aircraft, according to the NASA website. Trust me, I Googled it. And while I'm not speaking from experience, I would imagine that becoming the president or a Ninja Turtle would be pretty hard as well. The point here is not to dissuade anyone from being an astronaut or from following their dreams. The point is that that quote about kindness demonstrates an elegant truth. In a world where most things are so complicated, kindness is simple and it's universal. You don't need an advanced engineering degree to be kind. Anyone can be kind. And the great thing about that is while being kind doesn't have to take much effort, the effects it can have on people are countless. Coincidentally, a very good example of this is our own class of 2018, which is an incredibly kind group that I'm lucky to be part of. And guys, I'm not just saying that. Even though high school can be a crazy mess sometimes, pulling all-nighters to finish papers, chugging coffee, maybe just me, I don't know about you guys, navigating friendships, cramming for tests, they've always demonstrated remarkable compassion and thoughtfulness throughout it all. In fact, when I was trying to think of examples for this, I realized that in a single day, there are so many everyday acts of kindness that I've taken for granted because they're so commonplace. Someone opening the door for me, someone explaining something I don't understand, someone lending a listening ear when I complain about all-nighters and how tired I am. Mom, don't worry, the all-nighters are only occasional. But although the acts of kindness may not always have been grandiose, sweeping gestures, they didn't have to be. They were simple, but they made a world of difference in my life nonetheless. If you want to go out and change the world, start by being kind. It doesn't have to be complicated. Like the adults always said, you can be anything. But while you're navigating the inevitable complexities that accompany that journey, don't forget, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Thank you.
Good evening, Class 2018, parents, grandparents, faculty, fellow students, or any other loved ones here in the audience. The good news is, if you're here tonight, you definitely know that you mean a lot to someone on this stage, so let me start by thanking you for all being here as we celebrate the end of this chapter in our lives. I had kind of a hard time writing this speech. I didn't want to make it too cliche or boring. I didn't want to miss out on an opportunity to say something meaningful. And I had a strange number of requests to make people cry, so you'll have to let me know how I did after this is all over. But honestly, most of all, I didn't know what I wanted to say to my classmates. For some of us, we've been together since we were 5 years old. And as everyone in this room knows, a lot of changes happen between when you're 5 and 18, and not all of them are very pleasant. So congratulations, guys, because we've all managed to make it through to the other side. And I know for some of us, it's been a long end of the road, like senioritis starting in 10th grade, kind of long. And congratulations also, because now we actually have to go out and deal with harder classes, job competition, student debt, and taxes. But I know that we're all going to get along just fine. Because the thing about this graduating class is, even if we aren't all best friends, we've all had each other's backs and smile at each other as we pass in the hallways. And that's something that I think demonstrates who we really are as people, and that reflects on you guys as well. This is why I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a few groups of people. I promise to keep it short, though. I'd like to thank our faculty and staff to start. They all work extremely hard to meet all of our needs and work around crazy schedules. Going to a small school has its pros and cons, but it's really amazing to have such close teacher-student relationships and to have them truly care about our well-being. And of course, I'd like to thank the families that have been by our sides throughout high school, because trust me, I'll be the first one to admit that sometimes dealing with teenagers is no glamorous job, especially when they're sleep-deprived and stressed about tests and sports and activities and everything that this class is involved in. And so many of us are involved in so much in this class, so thank you for supporting us in everything that we've done. Some people see graduation as an ending. Others see it as a fresh start. To me, life is like a series of books. And tonight, the book of our childhood is coming to an end. But don't be sad, because the sequel has the potential to be about anything you want it to be, and it's bound to be a good one. The pages are blank and ready to be written on, and we all have so many roles that we can play in our own story. On this stage here tonight, we have students and sisters, sons, daughters, artists, athletes, advocates, adventurers, musicians, friends, motivators, thinkers, dreamers, and doers. And I have no idea where our next chapters will take us and what other roles we will play in our own stories. What I do know is that when we walk out of those doors tonight, our new book is beginning. And everyone here in this audience has been instrumental in helping us to prepare for it. But now it's yours to tell. So whatever you do, follow your passions, and let your passions lead you to your purpose. Because, as cliche as it is true. If you're passionate about what you're doing every day, you're going to be happier in the life that you're living. And your happiness is nothing to ever put at the bottom of your priorities. And we've all been characters in each other's stories up until this point. We have all had an influence on each other, whether we want to believe it or not. I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, and that who we are is based on an infinite series of trickle-down events that have happened in so many other people's stories. Just think, one decision and the entire plot shifts. My point is, make sure that your influence on other people's stories is a good one, and that you make sure you find and keep wonderful, dynamic, interesting characters in your story too. It may be a fight to lead an interesting life, but it's a fight worth fighting. Just remember that no interesting story that anybody has ever read has been one without difficulties and trials and conflicts and tribulations. Those are the things which develop our character. And no interesting story has to be the same. We all have different experiences, different goals, different dreams, different aspirations, and different perspectives, which is why we will all go out to write our own bestsellers, our own stories worth telling. So if you take anything from the last few minutes from a scientifically minded girl rambling on about sentiments and literature, let it be these three things. 1, do your best to be the protagonist in not only your story, but in every person's that you encounter. 2, for every conflict, there is a resolution. Sometimes you just have to be willing to read between the lines and accept it. 3, don't ever be scared of chapters ending, because that only means that you have a brand new chapter to write. So to close, since my speech focused mainly on literature, I thought it fit to read a few stanzas from a story written by the literary genius of our childhood, the one and only Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have shoes in your feet. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what to do, and you are the guy who'll decide where you go. You'll look up and down streets, you'll look them over with care, and some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down a not so good street. And you might not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure where you step. Step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. Kid, you'll be in mountains. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
I am pleased to introduce Mr. Charles Fluke, a 1983 graduate of Fairfield Area High School. After graduating high school, Mr. Fluke enlisted in the U.S. Coast Guard. In 1998, Mr. Fluke was promoted to Chief Warrant Officer and started his new career path in marine safety and commercial vessel inspection. After 33 years of service, Mr. Fluke retired from active duty and with the rank of Lieutenant Commander. Now he works for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in Silver Springs, Maryland. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Fluke to the podium.
Good evening, faculty, parents, family, friends, most of all, graduating class of 2018. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'm truly honored to be part of your celebration. Thank you. When Mr. Inskip first approached me last month regarding tonight's graduation, I had already been told by my father to expect his call. The scenario, though, my father had mentioned and provided me with was a little different. And I quote, "Jack Inskip would like you to address the class, a small class of group of people, and he's going to be giving you a call." I assumed that small group of students were going to be honored by the Fairfield Lions, and since I recently retired from the Coast Guard, perhaps the group of 8 or 10 people would like to hear about the military service. So when I received Mr. Inskip's phone call, I assumed it was merely to arrange the date and time. Well, since I'm standing here tonight, you probably already guessed that Mr. Inskip's actual intentions were me to address the graduating class of 2018. When I started preparing, I realized I had to go back 35 years to when I was sitting where you are tonight. My first thought was, where did the time go, and how did 35 years fly by so much faster than the first 18 years of my life? I then thought, what lessons in my life were worth mentioning, and what would I like to have known then? This self-reflection was very humbling, and what I came up with does not take the form of or means of great wisdom, or simply moments in life that I and most of your parents have encountered, which you have yet to experience. What's going to be more shocking, or maybe funny to your parents, is that everything I am about to tell you, your parents or grandparents have probably already mentioned or attempted to state numerous times. However, also as a parent, I realize hearing something from someone other than your parents magically makes it believable. So, life's hardest lessons. Never assume anything. Of course, after hearing how I arrived to be here tonight, I'm sure you all realize I have not yet learned that life's lesson. So I will continue on with other life's lessons, but the title alone should tell you. Gaining wisdom. I've learned that success is measured by our achievements. Achievements are accomplished by applying our wisdom, and wisdom is gained by learning from our failures. Mistakes, failures, embarrassments, disappointments are necessary components of growing wise. You will learn more from your not-so-good experiences than you will learn from your good ones. Be yourself. Whether you're joining the workforce, attending college, entering a branch of the military service, you're going to find yourself outside of your comfort zone. You'll know no one will know you. People are unaware of your accomplishments, your capabilities, the knowledge you possess, or even if you're a hard worker. But don't feel like you are the only one. You're joined this year by 3.6 million other graduating students. They're all going to face the same thing. It's called transitioning. This word I heard most frequently during the last year of my Coast Guard career. To be honest, it was the first time in almost 33 years that I had felt the same as I felt when I left home to join the Coast Guard. Experiencing new places, people, friends, are all part of starting a new chapter in our life. Staying true to yourself will keep your head on straight and your feet planted firmly on the ground. Don't strive for somebody else's notion of perfection. It is unattainable and ultimately ridiculous goal. Strive instead to be uniquely yourself. And when in doubt, listen to your gut, because it already knows what you want to become. Have a plan A, but have a contingency plan B or C just in case when life tells you no. Throughout my career, I've seen lots of people have potential, but not everyone applies their full potential. I learned that the difference isn't the way people handle themselves when things go well. When you land a job you want, or you go to the school that you want, or achieve the goal quicker than you expected, celebrate, be happy, enjoy it. But remember that the moments when life tells you yes aren't the ones that define you. The moments that really matter are the moments when life tells you no. So be prepared for those moments, because very seldom does plan A go according to plan A. Reality check. For me, nothing was different the day after I graduated. I still had the same job I was working since I was 16 years old. I was still living at home. Summer was here, school was out. Nothing felt different until I left for boot camp. But even then, I had a bed, food, clean clothes, 35 other people going through the same experience. No real worries. It was about a week after arriving to my first duty station that I got my first reality check. For most of you, your adventures will probably start out similar to mine. No big changes for at least another 3 months from now, when you are either heading off to college, departing for the service, or you've saved enough money for the summer to finally move out. The excitement, the expectations building up to that moment will all come pouring out the first day you are on your own. It's an indescribable feeling. You made it, freedom, no rules. I'm on my own, this is great. And then, about a week later, all those feelings of excitement will quickly fade away, and you will come face to face with reality. Your roommates live like pigs. You have more dirty clothes on the floor than you have clean ones in your dresser. Dishes do not wash themselves. You have more days remaining in the week than you have money in your pocket, and you quickly realize you can't afford to eat out every meal, and your remedy of eating leftover pizza till payday is no longer cutting it on day 4. It will be at this moment you will have a newfound appreciation for your parents and a realization that being home wasn't so bad after all. When this happens, call home. You will probably learn you have more in common with your parents than you know, which brings me to my next life lesson. You are more like your parents than you know. This is going to shock the hell out of you, trust me. So, thank you. One day around the age of 35, as I was driving down the road, and as I looked in my rearview mirror, I saw my father looking back at me. After a good laugh, I realized that I do look a lot and act like my father, which isn't a bad thing. Someday this too will happen to you, I promise. Many of your parents have made sacrifices to give you the chance to be different from them. And of course, you may even be more different as time passes, but trust me, at some point you will discover your similarities. This you can count on. To sharpen the irony, the qualities in your parents that annoy you today are likely to be exactly the same ones later on your kids will point out in you. So until then, try giving your parents a break. Have a sense of humor about all their qualities. How to survive the hardest times in life. I contemplated discussing this with you tonight, and to be honest, I feel my family has had more than its share. But I realize, although it is a hard topic, it is one of life's lessons we will all have to face eventually. Most of you are fortunate to still have your parents and loved ones around and to have not had to face this type of loss or similar hardship. Be grateful. For those of you tonight who bring only memories of your loved ones with you, you may have a better understanding of what I am trying to say. During my life, I've had to learn about depths of sadness, the brutality of loss. I've had to learn that each person grieves in their own way, and for time sufficient for them to heal. I've also learned that when life sucks you under, you can kick against the bottom, break the surface, and breathe again. Celebrate your loved ones' lives, while they are here and lock those memories away so when the time comes, you will have an endless vault to pull from to continue in a celebration of their life. You will find celebrating life carries much more joy and meaning than continuing to mourn their death. I share this with you so you realize the pain does not go away. It only becomes manageable, and that healing does not mean forgetting. Stay true to you and keep moving forward. Life will put many obstacles in your path that are far worse than a bad grade. You'll have unreasonable bosses, difficult clients, co-workers, and yes, even sometimes friends. You'll experience illnesses, losses, setbacks that will all come out of nowhere and knock you off your feet. During these moments, do not let your morals be swayed by convenience or expediency. Staying true to you requires a lot of courage, and to be courageous, you're going to need a lot of support. So tonight, I remind you to look around and see how much support you have, and remember that it's never further than a phone call away. When you're faced with the one of life's obstacles, take a breath, find your courage, turn around, and keep moving forward. Finding a balance. Class of 2018, you're about to enter the most uncertain and thrilling period of your lives. There are no roads ahead, only paths, and now is your time to consider all the infinite possibilities and visualize your path ahead. Think about what excites you, what you're passionate about, engage in some real soul searching. Take a good, hard look at your strengths and weaknesses, because both are equally important. You will soon discover that finding a happy medium between family and work is more difficult than imagined, but both deserve your full attention. When you find yourself being sucked into one and neglecting the other, remember, God, family, work. Following this order of precedence will help you in keeping who you love and what you love to do in perspective. In closing, your parents have asked me to remind each of you tonight how much they love you and how very proud they are. But you only have 3 months to contemplate your next adventure because they need your room and they're making plans for the space. I wish to thank you and congratulate you again. Thank you all. Good night.
Ms. Kugler and Mr. Strawler, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I certify that the students in the class of 2018 from the Fairfield Area High School have met the requirements for graduation and are eligible to receive their diplomas at this time.
Kiris Suzanne Boyle. Kiris will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in criminal justice or police science. Stephen Amos Baker, Jr. Stephen will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in computer science. Megan Celeste Paquette. Megan will be attending Princeton University, majoring in a math or science field. Ashley Giamine Justice Roser. Ashley will be my mistake, I skipped ahead. Paul Jefferson Dean Breeden.
Sorry.
Paul will be attending Pennsylvania State University at the Mont Alto campus, majoring in computer engineering. Ashley Giamine Justice Roser. Ashley will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College for the first 2 years, then transferring to Shippensburg University, majoring in Human Services. Dylan Alexander Cree. Dylan will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in Political Science. Ashlyn Drew Grinder. Ashlyn will be attending Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences, majoring in radiography. Darian David Mort. Darian will be attending Lycoming College, majoring in business marketing and management with a minor in entrepreneurship.
Elizabeth Cedra Belt. Betty will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in art. Fred Allen Clift. Fred will be entering the workforce, working in the construction industry. Bethany Marie Hummel. Bethany will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in nursing. Cameron Andrew Mickley. Cameron will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in marketing. Kimberly Hope Kendrski. Kimberly will be attending Hood College, majoring in pre-med and business. Jake Robert Nichols. Jake will be attending Delaware Valley University, majoring in business administration and marketing. Kelsey Diamond Farver. Kelsey will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College for 2 years, then transferring to the United States Coast Guard Academy, majoring in marine biology. Benjamin Paul Nagy. Benjamin will be attending Mount St. Mary's University, majoring in English.
Abigail Ray Hebbington. Abby will be attending Duquesne University, majoring in biomedical engineering. Stephen Raymond Heinball. Stephen will be attending Gettysburg College, majoring in either engineering or physics. Cassandra Nicole Ford. Cassie will be entering the workforce and traveling. Colton Joseph Schreiner. Colton will be attending Elizabethtown College, majoring in civil engineering with a minor in architectural studies. Tasha Talia Wheeler. Tasha will be attending Sacramento City College of California with an undecided major. Chase Alexander Lear. Chase will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology, majoring in New Media Interactive Development. Lucy Leanne Stein. Lucy will be getting her English as a second language certification to teach English in Central America or Southeast Asia.
Allison Kathleen Fulton. Allison will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in chemistry. Dylan Brian McCabe. Dylan will be entering the workforce, working in hospitality. Courtney Marie Sissel. Courtney will be attending Hagerstown Community College, majoring in graphic design and animation. Mark Thomas Gollabart. Mark will be attending Seton Hall University, entering into the physician assistant program. Emily Lynn Durbin. Emily will be attending Pennsylvania College of Technology to get a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. Jacob Martin Yingling. Jacob will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in business and sports administration. Sierra Octavia Phillips. Sierra will be attending Westchester University, majoring in business.
Gabriel Nicholas Maturo. Gabe will be attending the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, majoring in computer science and cybersecurity. Colleen Elaine Rudisil. Colleen will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in accounting. John Andrew Macharski. John will be attending Delaware Valley University, majoring in history and secondary education. Alexandra Lynn Bruder. Alexandra will be attending Chatham University, majoring in music, and also going to Carnegie Mellon University for her music education certification. Derek Lee Ivy. Derek will be attending Wilson College, majoring in exercise science. Cameron Alexis Connolly. Cammie will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College for her first year, then transferring to Liberty University, majoring in psychology. Joshua D. Seaman. Josh will be entering the workforce, working in the carpentry field.
Gavin Eustanis Myers. Gavin will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College with an undecided major. Lily Marie Kaphammer. Lily will be attending Bloomsburg University, majoring in early childhood education. Brendan Edward Peck. Brendan will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in a computer science field. Ashley Elizabeth Darr. Ashley will be attending Pennsylvania State University at the Mont Alto campus, majoring in early childhood education. Daniel Keith Miller. Daniel will be attending Frostburg University, majoring in business management. Kiera Madison McLaughlin. Kiera will be taking a gap year to work, then attend a school to be a veterinary technologist. Cole Thomas Brooks. Cole will be entering the workforce, working at PI Industrial, a division of Panagraphics Incorporated.
Lindsay Michelle Lytle. Lindsay will attend St. Bonaventure University with an undecided major and will be participating on their D1 cross country and track team. Cody Edward Small. Cody will be attending Universal Technical Institute, majoring in auto and diesel mechanics. Katie Joy Collars. Katie will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College with an undecided major. Austin Michael Rosenberry. Austin will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College with an undecided major. Victoria Rachel Wessinger. Tori will be attending Front Range Community College for the first 2 years, then transferring to Colorado State University, majoring in conservation biology with intent to participate in the AmeriCorps and Peace Corps. Jack Keonjin Clark. Jack will be attending Duquesne University with an undecided major. Courtney Brianne Harbaugh. Courtney will be attending Coastal Carolina University, majoring in accounting.
Abigail Evelyn Krieger. Abigail will be attending Pennsylvania State University at the Mont Alto campus, majoring in accounting. Jeffrey Scott Ellsworth. Jeffrey will be attending Lock Haven University, majoring in Physician's Assistant Studies. Amy Noel Metz. Amy will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College for 2 years, then transferring to Shippensburg University, majoring in elementary education with a minor in special education. Levi James Sorensen. Levi will be attending Bloomsburg University, where he is accepted into the Presidential Leadership Program with an undecided major. Hannah Lynn Hooper. Hannah will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in early childhood education. Timothy James Rodriguez. Timothy will be attending James Rumsey Technical School, majoring in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Gina Marie Eicher. Gina will be attending the University of Pittsburgh, majoring in chemistry.
Andrew Ryan Stone. Andrew will be attending the University of Northwestern Ohio, majoring in diesel technology. Allison Faith Hoffman. Allie will be traveling for a year before attending college. Alexander Nicholas Stone. Alex will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in education. Marissa Jordan Redding. Marissa will be attending Susquehanna University, majoring in psychology. Peter Storms Worthen. Peter will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in biology. Haley Nicole Ott. Haley will be attending West Virginia University, majoring in interior design with a minor in business. Jake Earl Harrington. Jake will be attending Shippensburg University, majoring in computer science.
Samuel Justice Richardson. Samuel will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College with an undecided major. Hannah Elizabeth Wiltz. Hannah will be attending Kutztown University, majoring in psychology. Marco Emmerich Austin. Marco will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in wildlife biology. Jasmine Lynn Cham. Jasmine will be attending Pennsylvania College of Technology, majoring in culinary arts. Logan Russell Gregg. Logan will be attending a four-year college, majoring in finance. Bailey Georgianne Butner. Bailey will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in Spanish language and literature. Hunter Thomas Sloat. Hunter will be attending Pennsylvania University at the Mont Alto campus, majoring in business management.
Isabella Kikaway Davis. Bella will be attending Pennsylvania College of Technology, majoring in baking and pastry arts. Lance Knight Schneider. Lance will be attending James Madison University, majoring in biology. Amelia Margaret Sailors. Amelia will be attending Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in nursing. Amelia is currently enlisted in the United States Army Reserves. She completed basic training at Fort Sill, Oklahoma on August 19, 2017, and is shipping out to Fort Jackson, South Carolina for advanced individual training on June 28, 2018. Austin Gregory Schaefer. Austin will be entering the United States Army in combat arms. He will be shipping out on June 18, 2018. Cameron Noel Schaefer. Cameron will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College, majoring in diagnostic medical sonography. Owen Thomas Chafee. Owen will be entering the workforce. Brittany Carol Wyberella. Brittany will be entering the workforce, working in gaming and in the culinary field.
Jessica Marie Green. Jessica will be entering the workforce at Turner Skate Palace and continuing her participation in roller derby. Liberty Kaipulani Iaya. Liberty will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College for 2 years, then transferring to West Virginia University, majoring in social work with a minor in psychology. Brianna Nicole Dick. Brianna will be taking a gap year to enter the workforce, then go on to college, majoring in psychology. Lyda Grace Fitz. Lyda will be attending Mount St. Mary's University with a double major in criminal justice and sociology. Brett Wilson Coons. Brett will be attending Pennsylvania State University at the Mont Alto campus with an undecided major. Kirsten Ellen Marcy. Kirsten will be attending the Academy of Media Production, majoring in photography. William Jess McVeigh. William will be attending Frederick Community College, majoring in culinary arts. Brooke Mackenzie Maxwell. Brooke will be attending Frederick Community College for 2 years, then plans on transferring to the University of Colorado to major in special education.
On behalf of the class of 2018, I accept these diplomas.